Hi, welcome to Hope in the Light of Suicide. I'm Tammy White. I'm your host and the founder of the Bobby White Foundation. Well, we did it. Seventh annual Art for Hope is in the books. But first, this is also National Suicide Prevention Month, so don't forget that. It's a all white. Of course, it's National something for something month. There's a lot of causes, but this is ours. Suicide prevention awareness. So we got in the books Art for Hope, and I want to thank, oh my gosh, I have to thank, of course, our producer John Gaston, and our sponsors, Rotary Club of the Nature Coast, No Naked Walls. Also, we had an additional late sponsor, so it's kind of a sponsor slash donation on the Da Vinci level, which is the Rotary Club of Trinity, and then precision surveying and mapping. And of course, Leanne's Cookies was awesome. And she is actually has already, actually that night, that she is going to be back next year. So that is super exciting. And of course, our photographer, Rick Redman, who captured a lot of the evening for us with some great photos. So we have a good photo history of the event. And it was a good night. It was a good night. We had good participation, increased our attendance. Kim Romanowski did an awesome job as the MC. We had a little PowerPoint video that she used to. We did a little bit more, I think, this year, giving some people some tools and a little bit of statistics, not overwhelmingly enough, but just helping people to educate themselves and learn about what to look for and how to help people. All the seats were full. It was great. I always kind of stand up off into the corner when she's talking and kind of look back into the audience to see how their reaction, their participation, their interest. And this year it was great. Like I said, all the seats were full. It was good. We almost forgot to put the videos up, though. I think we were probably about, I don't know, 20 minutes, a half hour into the event, and it was like ding, and both Kim and I totally forgot, even though we had worked on it earlier in the afternoon while we were setting up. And that's another thing. I got to thank Kim and Mitch because they helped out the day before, moving artwork from here to the hotel, and then that night everybody really pitched in and helped us break down everything. It was the first time we had to break everything down the same night, but probably within an hour, everybody pitched in and we had everything broke down and kind of put away, ready to bring back to the gallery Friday. So that worked out really, really well. Else? Oh, the hotel, the Hilton Garden Inn, meant they just always put on a really nice spread. So when you came into the hotel now, and I'm going to start showing some of this stuff so that we can get this out there and hopefully sell some of this artwork. But the main level of the hotel has a couple of the artists that I represent, their works, and and not all of them, but a portion of them are specifically for Art for Hope and the foundation. So I'm going to get some of those on the Art for Hope page and on the foundation page, so that you'll know what'll be available. So Art for Hope is basically a one night event, but we're going to kind of spread it out a little bit over the next few months, especially with holidays coming. So you can see some artwork that's available. And, with the purchase of your art, it's going to a good cause. It helps us with our programs here in Tampa Bay, and it could help us with our show here too, because our sponsors, John with Area 52 Media Group and DeLynn Gaston, um, and it's just us. So, we really, sponsorships are available for this show. So mortgages, seriously, the housing market, I don't know anything about any of this stuff. I have a lot of friends, even family, that are realtors and a few other mortgage brokers, but DeLynn Gaston is the one you really need to get a hold of. And if you're thinking of purchasing a home, um, she can help you just walk through all the steps. So please contact her. She's great. She'll have you all ready for when you find that perfect forever home or first home or vacation home. So we really appreciate their support, because if it wasn't for their support, we probably wouldn't be here. So and it's as important to them, our message, as it is to us, and that's why they support us. So please consider that, whether you're an individual or a corporation or whatever. We'll figure out a level that you can help support our show so that we continue to bring information. And one of the biggest things is to be able to talk about it so that we can reduce the stigma when it comes to suicide, because it's still huge, and it's going to be huge until people get comfortable talking and not being afraid of the subject. I have to talk about it. I can't keep this stuff inside me. It would literally probably kill me. I just could not. It's just too much energy, and we want to help people. We're not going to stop it. We're not going to, even though I'm involved in different coalitions for zero suicide partners, we're not ever going to get to zero suicide, but we can reduce the rates. We can reduce the stigma. We can help the people that are affected by the loss. And that's what is important. So stay with us. Join us. It's not a scary thing, really. And Art for Hope was really fun. I mean, we had a really good time. Like I said, the food, when you walk in, we do a thing, which we do at the Out of the Darkness walk. So we got all these different color beads, and the beads represent your type of loss. So when you come in to the event, we had a table set up with the beads and all the different baskets, and then a little sign that showed what beads were for what type of loss. And then people that are at the event, you don't really have to really talk or say too much, but people, they can tell why you're there, or who you lost, or even that you're just supporting the cause. That's good there too. That's good enough. So we always have the beads there, and then John, our producer, set up a table, and this was something new that we did this year for the first time. Is he interviewed people that attended the event, and so we have several interviews. That's producer John, and that's Kim Ramanascu, who she was our MC. She's been our MC for the last couple of years, and I think I can twist her arm a little bit to be the MC again next year. So there's an interview with her. There's an interview with me. The young man who was our what was he? He was our keynote speaker. Logan Catt did phenomenal. He did really, really good, and he's even younger than I thought he was. He's 28 years old. He's president of American Painters out of Tampa, which is a commercial residential painting company. And about 4.5 years ago, I think I mentioned it last week, uh, he lost his dad to suicide, and his dad left behind 5 kids, his wife, and a successful business in Tampa. And Logan stepped up to take the reins, despite the hardship, despite what he was going through, and he really, listening to him talk, he said a couple things. I don't remember exactly what they were, um, but it was really profound to me and really made me even think a little bit differently about my journey and how it can, be better. He was really good. And so I haven't contacted him yet just because I've been tired and trying to recoup from all this. We're going to have him on the show here in hopefully within the next couple weeks, so that you guys can hear his story. He's a really great guy. I got to meet his wife too. She's just adorable. So he did a really, really good job, and brought in the perspective of an adult child losing a parent to suicide. But like I said, he did a phenomenal job. I was really, really proud of him. He said he was really, really nervous, but we all are up there. It didn't show. Even when I get up there, I'm nervous all the time, but it really didn't show to the public. But he did good. So we'll get him on so that you all can hear his story. It's really a good story of we all persevere through this. It's not easy. He's had some super, super difficult times, of course, in dealing with his dad's death, just like we all do. So, but he shares that, and it's all real, just like all of us. So I'm excited about that. So, and then, so we go through the night. I had contacted, and I think I mentioned this too. I don't know, I forget half of the stuff I talk about, but anyways, I met this guy down at the business club in Tampa that I'm a member of, the Center Club, and he plays the electric violin, and he is phenomenal. So just off of a whim, when he was playing down there a few weeks ago, I told him about the fundraiser, and he was playing at the Center Club that night till like 7 o'clock, and I was like, well, our event goes until 9 o'clock, and he lives in North Tampa, so, and it's not that far. It only takes like probably, I don't know, 20 minutes to get there from the Center Club. And so he said he would see what he could do. So he calls me Thursday morning, and just I'd emailed him the information, and I didn't hear from him until Thursday morning, the morning of the event. And so he was asking, and he said, okay, he goes, I'm gonna leave here at 7, and I'll come up. And I'm like, great. But I wasn't gonna tell anybody, just in case something happened. So we just had the music from the hotel going, which we did last year, and it worked out just fine. Actually, it worked out good because it's, people were talking and stuff. But so we get through all of our speakers, and people are buying all their raffle tickets and buying artwork, and I get a tap on my shoulder, and I turn around, and it's LeMay. That's his name. Oh, where'd I have his car? LeMay O'James. I turn around, and it's him standing there, and I just gave him this ginormous hug. I was just so happy. So he went, and he was getting all set up, and he was almost all set up, and then I got up there and introduced him, let everybody know, we have a surprise guest, and he started playing, and people were just mesmerized. I mean, it was so cool. And one of the hotel servers, she comes up to me and she's like, "Can I get a bowl? We need to get a tip bowl for him." And I'm like, "Oh, that's an excellent idea. I didn't think of that." And Logan was standing next to me, so Logan was the first one to go up, and he was cute. He's like, "I put a 20 in there, and I laid it over the edge of the bowl so people could see." And so anyway, LeMay played, and he played, I don't know, probably for about 45 minutes. And the tip bowl was full. People were clapping in between his songs that he was playing. I'm going to see. I know somebody has it on video because I saw it posted somewhere on Facebook. But I'm going to see if I can get a short video clip of him playing so that we could play it here on the show, just so you could see, because it was just, people were just amazed and they just loved him, and it was really great. So he played until we ended up doing the drawings for the raffles. We had phenomenal raffle baskets again. I don't even know how many we had like 20 or 30. Those are the beads. Those are the beads. The different colors are for the different types of loss. So that's as you're entering the room. I didn't have enough space to add more pictures. Next week I'll put some more pictures of the event up. But actually, I think I've already shared them on our Facebook pages. So you go to the Bobby White Foundation Facebook page, Art for Hope Facebook page, and this show's Facebook page. They're all out there. There's a whole bunch of pictures. There we go. Rick did an amazing job, and I'm going to put those that sunset set that's there that you see. I'm going to put another picture of them out, and a picture of those pieces framed. Those are unframed, and they're it's a set of 3 sunset pictures taken out here on the Gulf of Mexico, and we have out here in the Gulf, we have some stilt houses, and the big middle one has a stilt house in it, and one of the side ones has a stilt house in it, but we made them so that they all kind of go together. We call it a triptych. That picture, they're not framed. They're just kind of loosely shrink wrapped. But I do have a picture of a set that we framed and installed at, what is the name of it? St. Vincent de Paul's boardroom office. And they are just gorgeous. So I'm going to add those. Those will be one of the extra pieces that we'll put on coming in the next few months as pieces that are still available from Art for Hope. So you can still be a part of it. But anyway, those pictures are by a friend of mine. Her husband and I went to the same school, university, and had the same professor who passed away last year. And she continued his photography business, Yvette Miller with Gemstone Photography. So she donated the images to us for Art for Hope, which I was greatly appreciated that. So hopefully they'll go into somebody's home here real soon, right? So all of that stuff goes to help us with all of our programs. So we do have, remember, the first Wednesday of the month, we have our Spring Hill support group at the NAMI Hernando office, and the third Thursday, our Newport Richie support group at the Oasis Coffee Spot. We're hoping to get another group going on the east side of the county. I actually, I think I'll be on a meeting tomorrow. with Pasco County. Pasco County Parks and Recs. Now that we got ours thing kind of done, so now it's our time to help promote other organizations for our cause. And so we have coming up, and I'm going to be there volunteering somehow, Stomp Out Suicide. And that's something that Parks and Rec puts on over at with Lacucci River Park, which is it's a really nice park over there. It's about I have to leave here before the crack of dawn to get over there in time. But that's one of the events that they have going on September 28th. You can just scan that QR code on that flyer, and I'll make sure that it's in the comments too, to make it a little bit easier. But that's one of the events. But they're running their mental health awareness week from October 6th to October 12th. So that's in addition to Stomp Out Suicide. So, and I'm going to put this in the comments too, because I knew one of these they were having because I talked about it before. But we've got October 6th, Enchanted Duels Lorcana TCG tournament. I really don't know what that is. I guess I'm going to have to learn. And also October 6th, Pilates in the Park at Veterans Memorial Park in Hudson. That's on the west side of the county, on our side of the county. That will be an easy one for me to help out at. Then they have October 9th, Strike the Stigma Bowling Tournament at Pin Chasers in East Pasco, Zephyr Hills. They have October 11th, Sasquatch Trail Hike with NAMI at JB Starkey Park. That's on our side of the county. Oh, they're really splitting it up this year. That's kind of cool. Okay, so let's see. What else we got? Sunset Coastal Kayak Paddle, Eagle Point Park, Newport Richey. Movie in the Park, Land O'Lakes. That's October 11th. And the Coastal Kayak is October 11th. October 12th, this is the one, Kitten Yoga at J. Ben Harrell Recreational Complex in Holiday. I wonder where that is. Guess I'm going to have to find that one out because that's close too. Also, October 12th, Dinkin After Dark Open Pickleball. That's at Wesley Chapel Recreational Complex. And then October 12th, Bark and Breathe Puppy Yoga at Wesley Chapel Recreation Complex. So this is all being put on by Pasco County Parks and Recreation. And they really just dove into this. I think it's been 3 years now after they lost one of their team members to suicide. And Kim and Deanna and everybody that put this stuff on, they're just super, super people. And so I'll make sure that all that stuff gets in there because that's going to be very busy. And then one I didn't do is we had a meeting last night. The Out of the Darkness walks are coming up here for Tampa Bay. The Pinellas County one is going to be in October, and I'll get the dates for you. I know our date for Pasco County. Pasco County is in November, and Hillsborough County is in December. So the Pasco walk, and I have a lot of stuff to put in the comments. So this is the walk for registration for the Pasco walk. We got that QR code, and we'll make sure that's going to be all out there. So we're going to be promoting that, and I'm the MC for the Pasco walk again this year. We're trying to figure out, we may end up doing maybe some grief yoga if I practice my stuff a lot between now and then. I offered, but I do need to practice. And it's not like yoga where you have to be able to do, the hard yoga poses like downward dog and, the yoga poses that I do when I exercise. It can be done in a chair. It can be done standing. So we're still working out some of the details, but so we got those walks coming up, and then I had the date. I think it's maybe November 18th. I think it's November 18th because I have something else. I have two things on that day, but November 18th is here in Tampa Bay National Suicide Loss Survivors Day, which is going to be held at the Largo Library. And I'll have more details on that too. They're just getting the details with that going. So with it being Suicide Prevention Month, we're going along with the Be the One To. So this week's Be the One To is be the one to keep them safe. Is your friend thinking about suicide? Ask if they've thought about how they would do it and separate them from anything they could use to hurt themselves. Be the one to keep them safe. Get them to an emergency room if need be, but just be the one to. I think we had, now I can't remember all the ones. Last one, I think last week was be the one to ask. So all these are on our pages. So just be the one to. So my quote for this week is gratitude. It is an antidote to negative emotions, a neutralizer of envy, hostility, worry, and irritation. It is savoring. It is not taking things for granted. It is present oriented. So please feel gratitude and put these phone numbers in your phone. Have them available to anyone at any time. And as we always say, remember, there is always hope. I promise there is. Have a great evening. Thanks.